And Kenya is one of the countries staring at an antibacterial resistance due to widespread use of antibiotics in animal farming. A report released by World Animal Protection says that 15 counties in Kenya will face a significant antibiotics resistance pandemic soon. Antibiotic resistance reduces the chances of survival for those infected by pulmonary infections such as COVID-19.
Almost 3/4 of the world's antibiotics are used in intensively farmed animals in practices such as the raising of fast-growing meat, chicken, and routine mutilation of piglets. These animals are all housed in stressful, cramped conditions that provide the perfect breeding ground for the spread of infection and the emergence of disease. These farming exercises, experts say, are harmful to humans when meat is consumed. The World Animal Protection poll shows that 88% of the respondents were concerned about the possibility of antibiotic resistance mechanisms coming from farm animals due to overuse of antibiotics in animals.
People are beginning to connect and understand that antibiotics being used in production systems are being used for three principal things. One, antibiotics are being used as growth promoters, although this is slowly being exited from, because people have realized that antibiotics as growth promoters are going to cause problems in the production system.
At a time when the COVID-19 pandemic continues to ravage the world, the antibiotic resistance reduces the chances of survival for those infected, as most pulmonary infections through which COVID-19 manifests are treated using antibiotics.
Government needs to ensure that they are doing monitoring to ensure that antibiotics are being used appropriately in the production system. Two, government needs to ensure that we have the right infrastructure in terms of we have the right law, we have the right regulations that drive the use of antibiotics in appropriate ways.
Currently, 700,000 people die each year from infections that cannot be treated by antimicrobials, and by 2050, this is expected to rise to 10 million people each year. This even as the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization has embarked on the process of tripling production of its day-old indigenous chicks following a rise in demand. Under a partnership with the World Bank, the research institution will be producing 240,000 chicks every month from the current 78,000.
We want to move to about 200 and something, about maybe 240 per month. And going forward, we hope we'll be able to meet most of the demand of the farmers. And the reason why we also developed the indigenous chicken was that we wanted a chicken which can be able to be fed using products which farmers can access easily within their farms.
The new indigenous chicken has higher productivity that will go into supplying local demand for eggs and reduce the need for imports from neighboring countries.
Most of the feed is, we use fish meal, which is very expensive. So we are trying to look at cheaper sources of protein to be able to reduce the cost of feed, because I think 70% of what goes into poultry production is feed.
Cost of feeds, however, continues to be the biggest challenge facing poultry production, raising the cost of Kenyan-produced eggs. KALRO is exploring research partnerships to find a cheaper feed to reduce the production cost. Betty Kiptum, Channel 1 Business.